cry or I'll tear your head off.
Father doesn't mean everything he says.
Late for dinner again.
Sometimes he loses his temper.
It's not the money.
Now be a good boy.
How many times do I have to tell you not to worry about the money?
Don't make your father mad.
You're going to college.
And don't make your father mad.
I swear to God.
Leave him alone.
I don't know where you get these crazy ideas from.
Hey,
You would have the opportunity I never had.
please.
I don't care what you want.
Let's not argue.
You can't make any money drawing those silly little pictures.
Now be a good boy.
What do you mean, you want to quit college?
Don't make your father mad.
Bad enough I let your mother talk me into letting you go to art school. You started it.
Please.
And now, you're going to finish it.
I'm sure you're aware that as the head of the art department at this university,
Elliot, what are you rushing?
I have the authority to stop you from graduating.
Mother and I didn't work our fingers to the bone so you could be a college dropout.
Please don't misunderstand my motivations.
You owe me that sheepskin.
Well, what's your hurry?
I paid for it.
I must run my department by proven and established rules.
Till I get it in my hands. You will do exactly what you do. Don't cry or I'll tear your head off.
Your brother's been arrested. Something about stealing drugs for the black market.
When you and Sarah get married, all this will be yours. I am not wearing my formal robes for this wedding. To wear your formal robes? After what the young man she's going to marry has told me, I can't ethically see the need for formal robes in this union. You decide not to wear your formal robes? It would be sacrilegious.
To break your neck.
He said he didn't believe in God.
Mother and I slaved to give you a decent upbringing. And this is how you repay us? God!
Where did you get such ideas from?
What's God got to do with it? In there and apologize to that man so that we can get this thing over with. I've got 300 people out
This is what happens when you don't listen to your
I
mother.
rented an entire hotel floor. What's the matter with you? Don't you believe in anything? And 50 white doves.
I told you not to marry him.
Where did you get this atheist business anyway?
We both told you. You're too young.
That damn lot of school. I know what you would listen.
You're just like your brother.
I should be paying you
It's
$100.
nothing. You know you're
Should be
fine.
paying them
I
$150.
just want you to do better.
I'm not going to buy
They really pay you that much money for drawing those little pictures?
Take $15 a week out of your salary.
I got this letter from my wife's doctor excusing me from service. Finally got her pregnant, didn't you? It's just that my wife's pregnant.
My daughter, I say, forced her.
That's taken care of at table number 1. You'll have to get back in line.
You think that I don't know what you're up to?
It is table number 4, but it's a deferral
You
debt.
think for one moment that you're so smart that you can fool everyone with your clever
You
words?
want to see my supervisor?
Think I don't know that you want a baby to get out of the army?
Talk.
It doesn't take a genius to figure that one out.
The problem, I don't know what I want to do. If I knew, maybe I wouldn't be so upset all the time.
You don't realize that Sarah's my entire life.
You're doing great. You've got your expense account.
Sarah's the only person I've ever gotten close to.
I've got my dirty diapers.
And now I'm afraid for her.
I'm jealous as hell of you.
Do anything to protect your precious career.
You've got something and I've got nothing.
Including making my Sarah pregnant. Got the baby.
I guess it's not enough.
Cry or I'll tear your head off.
What are you doing home at this hour?
Lawyer, she's going to take you for everything you've done.
6 o'clock in the morning. I am so ashamed.
Elliot, I've been calling since 7 o'clock this morning.
You do this to me in front of my mother.
Your father was operated on this morning.
What does your mother know?
You seen other women?
How does it look like I'm...
Lie to me. Your secretary told me everything.
I'll go home when the doctor says I can go home.
I want you out of this house. For good.
You mustn't forget your drawing.
Don't you draw anymore?
It's a gift God gave you, and you should never forget it.
You gave her everything.
You are ruining my life.
You dummy. You dummy.
What am I going to tell your daughter?
When would you like to discuss it, genius? When I'm in my grave?
Bastard.
What do you use for a brain anyway, with all that college education?
Please.
Just remember one thing, smart guy.
Let's not argue.
Anybody wanted to take
When are you going to send me last month's check? You're late again, you know.
my hard-earned cash?
By the way, give my regrets to your mother.
I have to do it over my body.
I hate advertising.
I had a war to fight. I'd want the Green Berets on my side.
Could you hold the gun up a little higher? The light's reflecting off the trigger. That's it. Hold it. Hold it.
It's full of a lot of freaks and liars. Platinum Drug Account, which represents $20 million billing for this agency, feels it's time to change its image.
I mean, the whole idea of advertising.
They want an honest, up-to-date, real look.
Pushing some product down the unsuspecting throat of some poor middle-class hick in Kansas.
Today's television audiences demand more.
Come on. Have you seen TV lately? It's a disgrace.
The public needs to identify emotionally with the product.
Don't you think I ask myself what I'm doing in the advertising business?
We have to touch their souls.
Well, the answer's always the same. Do it for the money.
Make them think of the product as one of the members of their own family.
Fulfills a great psychological need in me.
Someone they can always trust, believe in, and know it will be there when they need it.
What kind of an ego trip are you on that you need to reach the top of the biggest business of lies there is?
Just like the Bible.
You can't be an artist selling soft drinks and aspirin.
What makes you so crazy?
Money talks. Jesus, what a fool you are.
You really want to do something honest. Something real. In the wrong business. Advertising is not exactly an environment for personal creative expression. The prerequisite in this business is to be able to lie and make people believe you're telling them the truth.
I stayed over at a girlfriend's house.
What's more important
I stayed over at Cindy's.
is why this is happening.
Dobra, cicatrice.
The doctor says there will be no scars.
You gotta get me out of here before I go crazy.
Tu esposa estará bien.
The doctor says your wife will be okay.
I snuck out to use the phone.
Tiene que quedarse aquí esta noche.
The doctor says, but she has to stay here overnight.
Please, get me out of here.
El doctor es solamente un analista. No tiene un certificado.
You should have taken her to Mount Sinai, not Bellevue.
This place is like a nightmare.
Don't cry or I'll tear your head off.
I have a little peek through the camera. I realize I'm only the client, but I am paying the bills. You will find 112 client restrictions.
Elliot, can I check Bruce's makeup? I mean, he's starting to sweat on the product.
72 product protections.
Is the product big enough?
The FTC Code of Regulations dealing with this particular product
That
category.
last tape was 2.5 minutes long. The commercial's only 30 seconds.
These rules are in no way intended to interfere with the creative aspects of this commercial.
Are the bubbles in the product fizzing out? It looks
You're
flat.
not allowed to use that overhead light on the
This
product.
dress is a mess. She's spilled coffee and Danish all over
It gives it too much of a religious connotation.
Can you see it in the camera?
Bruce left out the name of the product.
Word backwards. You'll never see it.
Daphne had the wrong hand on the bottle.
Excuse me?
Claire forgot 3 lines of copy and mispronounced 7 words.
You can't use black as a background color for the product.
Somebody changed the props on the table.
It's too funereal.
Nothing matched
Would you
it.
mind shipping the Louis XIV chair to my house after the
The
shoot?
tape was too long, and one of Roger's contact lenses fell out.
You might as well send the TV, too.
Other than that, it was great.
It just isn't legal to use a blowtorch on that hamburger to make it more appetizing.
EGH says that you're late with your dues again.
One of the plastic ice cubes isn't floating anymore.
Don't worry, it's only a movie.
Elliot, my friend, the fact that you want out of our contract to go and direct your first movie is fine with me.
What do you mean this isn't what you came to New York for?
You are like my family.
Elliot, I don't want to talk to you as a lawyer. I want to talk to you as a human being.
I don't see how I can allow it.
I'm not all those terrible things that people say lawyers are.
I was the one who got you your first director's job.
People don't know what this world is coming to.
I took you to Paris and...
If you breathe somebody else's air, you could be sued for it.
Oh,
They say if you throw a stick anywhere in Washington, you'll hit 7 lawyers.
London, Monte Carlo, the Riviera.
They were taking over Wall Street and running all the big companies.
Did I get you the Porsche?
I mean, sure, being a lawyer is a big money trip, but nowadays, what is it?
Counts is that you are now the most popular TV director in New York, n'est-ce pas?
I mean, we do have a lot of power. A lot of power.
Josh feels it would hurt his reputation as an up-and-coming playwright if someone else co-authored his first movie, an unknown.
The public just does not take responsibility for its own actions anymore. It's all turned over to some lawyer.
Frankly, as his agent, I have to agree with him.
It's not my fault. It's society's fault.
What do you really want?
You want this thing to go through and get me a script by Monday.
A writing credit or to direct your first movie?
Look, Elliot,
I'm not running a kindergarten.
Last year, you shot over 70 days for this company at $2,000 per day.
I don't want an art film.
Now, you want to chuck it all in and run off to the mountains?
I want an exploitation film. Understand?
You're at the height of your career right now. Don't throw it all away.